Hey guys, so I'm so excited. If you guys don't know, I have a new page on my website, victoriarawvegan.com, and it's called Request a Video, and you can type in your email and what video you want, and it goes straight to me. And then I get an email about it, and it's just a way for you to request a video. But one that I got recently is from Raw Food Heather, and hopefully you don't mind me saying your name. If you don't want me saying your name or anything like that, you gotta let me know in the message. But she wants to know, how much raw vegan fats do you think that we need daily? I know that a lot of people follow the 10% fat guideline. Yep. But I'm hearing of more and more raw vegans and vegans that aren't afraid of adding more fats. A few examples are 40 Below Fruity, Plant-Based Judy, and High Carb Hannah. I was just wondering your opinion on the optimal amount of fat per day to clear up acne for weight loss. And for weight loss. Also, can the fat increase as one gets to their weight loss goals? Thank you so much. Okay, so first of all, everyone is going to have a different opinion on this. Let me... Hold on, you guys. Actually, I'm going to set you down right there. Okay, so everyone is going to have a different opinion on this, and mine has kind of changed. Now, whenever I started out raw veganism, of course, people are telling you to go super low fat, and that is what I did whenever I first started, and I still do not regret that, because the less fat you eat, the more you are going to detox. The more fruit that you eat and the less, fat and greens and stuff like that, you're going to detox more. And so in the beginning, I would suggest 10% or less fat, when you're really, especially if you're trying to detox a dis-ease or some malady, really serious malady in the body. Of course, I would definitely recommend a low-fat diet. But as you continue more on your journey, you're going to want to start building probably. And it took me about 2 years before I started adding more fat. And so there was a while there, about 6 months ago, or, maybe like 3 months ago, where I was adding a lot more fat in my diet. Not, crazy amount, but enough to where it became more fun for me to eat salads, and I was eating a lot of tahini and just stuff like that. And that really made me feel satiated. It made me feel good. But lately, I have been feeling like I kind of need to back down on the fat amount. So in terms of percentage, I would probably say maybe 15% is where I like to be. And some days it's lower, and some days it might be a little bit more, and that's okay. But, yeah. So, yeah. That is what I think about the fats, and you really just got to see how you feel. If you feel better eating more fats, if that's what's going to keep you raw, then I would suggest doing that. But, sometimes fats can be a little bit harder to digest, especially if you're not really keen on food combinations, and there's all kind of factors. And I remember a while back, John Kohler did a video on how much fat is optimal, and it was whenever he was at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and he went through all these different people, Dan McDonald, and like a bunch of other people, and they all gave their 2 cents on how much fat is optimal. So I would really suggest YouTubing that. But as for me, I like anywhere from 10 to 15%, but I've gone up to 20 for a while, and that made me feel good. And I think that sometimes throughout the months, maybe we might fluctuate. But in terms of getting rid of dis-ease and acne and all that, I would suggest lowering the fat. And, but when you're in a building phase, or, you've been doing this for a long time, there's nothing wrong with a little bit more fat. Fat is very good for you if it's raw, high quality. My favorite ones are coconut meat and avocado. And really, lately, I've been loving sprouted sunflower seeds. To me, those digest so easily, and I love that. So that is what's up. Thank you so much for requesting a video, and keep requesting them, you guys, because I love it. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.